Gentlemen, how about them Atlanta Braves last night? Getting the win on the road in Boston, game number 1. Iglesias almost blew it, but we did ultimately get the W. Game 2 is tonight in Fenway, 5:45 or so, about 45 minutes from the time you guys are seeing this video. Hopefully the Braves can get it done tonight and win yet another series in baseball. Anyway, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the sports lovers, and in today's video we are going to be, of course, talking about the NCAA Baseball Tournament. We're going to break it down. I'm going to give my regional predictions, my super regional predictions, hypothetical matchups, of course, and we will talk about who I have in the Men's College World Series Finals for the best of 3. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Right now, SEC spring meetings are going on in Tampa, so we will, of course, have a video breaking down all the latest news coming from spring meetings next week. Stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit of the schedule and stuff because the first 3 weeks of the season did get released in tomorrow's Kansas State Dynasty video, so stay tuned for that as well. But like I was saying, let us go ahead and hop into this NCAA Baseball Tournament preview. So, of course, we are now, hopping into the NCAA regional predictions. And how I'm going to do this, I'm just going to give you guys the winners who I have of each regional. There's 16 regionals. I'm not going to predict every single one, but I will predict the winner. And then we'll talk about, of course, the hypothetical super regional matchups as well. Starting off in the Los Angeles regional, I've got the UCLA Bruins taking that one. I mean, they're the best team in baseball for a reason right now. They have been hot all season long. They can score runs at will, and ultimately the lack of teams in their regional is going to help them, and they'll move on to the supers pretty easily. Moving on to Morgantown Regional. This was tricky, but I am going to go with West Virginia. Yes, I know there are a couple of teams in that regional that can, of course, upset the West Virginia Mountaineers, and I would not be shocked in the slightest if they did. But I am going to go with West Virginia to get the job done and move on to the Super Regional round. Moving on to the Hattiesburg Regional. I'm actually going to go with Jacksonville State in this one. Listen, man, JSU has been hot. They've been one of the hottest teams in baseball all season long. A very underrated program. Those guys can score runs. I know it's going to be tough with Southern Miss. Southern Miss is a great team in the Sun Belt. I believe, we're number 1 or 2 in the Sun Belt Conference. So, again, they are going to be a really solid team, but I do have Jacksonville State moving on out of the Hattiesburg Regional. Speaking of Gainesville, that is the next regional, and I almost took Miami to win this regional, but I'm going to take the Florida Gators. Their pitching is really good. They can bat at will as well, and the lackluster of teams in that regional, I think, is what's going to prevail them to get the win. However, I would not be shocked in the slightest if Miami does, in fact, make a run at a super regional matchup. Moving on, we got the Chapel Hill Regional, and I'm going to be honest, man, I haven't seen it from North Carolina all season. I really haven't. That is why I'm going to go with the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee, yes, I know they've lost their head coach. He is now the manager of the San Francisco Giants, but I do still expect Tennessee to turn it on when it comes postseason time. They usually do. Typically, they will have a deep run in, of course, in June and July. Hopefully, they can get it done and move on to the Super Regional, as that is who I have winning the Chapel Hill Regional as well. Moving on, of course, we got the College Station Regional. USC could have taken the cake on this one, but I am going to go with the Texas A&M Aggies. They are the better team by far. I expect them to score some runs in this one, and they will be able to get the job done. Moving on to the Lincoln Regional, and I'm actually going to go with Ole Miss. Again, Nebraska is another team where I have not seen it from what the committee is seeing these last couple of weeks, right? Nebraska's been struggling. Obviously, they started the year off slow as well. Very curious to see what happens with that Nebraska baseball program, and I'm very curious to see that Nebraska-Ole Miss matchup if it does ever happen, and I think it will, but Ole Miss is going to win that one and advance to the Supers. Moving on to the Auburn Regional, guys. Come on now. You know I'm rocking with the Auburn Tigers to, of course, get the job done. One of the best sophomore classes in college baseball this season. They are a really solid team, and they have what it takes to get to Omaha once again. Moving on to the next regional, that is Atlanta. Give me the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They are a great squad. They, of course, did show North Carolina up in that ACC championship game, ultimately proving why they're the better team, scoring runs at will, and that is why they're going to win this one in Atlanta in their own regional. Moving on to the Lawrence Regional, I've got the Kansas Jayhawks in that one. They are, again, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now, and ultimately they will get the job done. Tallahassee, I'm actually going to go with Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina is a really solid program. Florida State's been struggling these last few weeks in ACC play. I expect Coastal Carolina to turn it up. They usually do postseason time, which is why I'm going to go with, of course, the Coastal Carolina to get the job done in that one. Tuscaloosa, obviously, I'm going to go with Alabama, one of the top 5 teams in baseball. As of late, they can score runs whenever they want to. Unfortunate for me, but I am going to get them the win in that regional. Moving on to Austin, give me the Texas Longhorns. Eugene, I'm going to go with the Ducks. That's pretty straightforward as well. Oregon and UCLA was a great Big Ten championship, guys, for those of you that did not watch it. And then, of course, the Starkville Regional, give me the Mississippi State Bulldogs in that one as well. Wrapping it all up with the Athens Regional, give me the Georgia Bulldogs as they're the hottest team in the country right now. They're scoring runs whenever they want to. They've got some of the best leaders in that locker room leading the way for the Georgia Bulldogs. I like their squad. I like their coach as well. And ultimately, they are going to move on to the Super Regional round. Moving on to the Super Regional matchups, the hypothetical Super Regional matchups, there. UCLA versus West Virginia. Guys, give me the Bruins to sweep the West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia is a really solid team, but they're not as good as this UCLA team. That is why they're going to get the job done. Then we got Florida versus Jacksonville State. I actually think it's going to go 3 games. I really do. But Florida's going to win this one 2-1 because of their pitching. Then we've got Texas A&M versus Tennessee. This would be a phenomenal Super Regional in College Station. This would be a banger of a Super as well. 2 really talented offenses going head-to-head. I believe they played each other in conference baseball. This would be a rematch of sorts. It would be just awesome to see this game. 2 high-powered offenses. Tennessee having, of course, a winner of the SEC Awards, one of their players. I'm going to go with Texas A&M to get the win, but I'm not going to be shocked if Tennessee wins it as well. I did have Tennessee originally, but now thinking about it, I'm going to go with Texas A&M in this hypothetical matchup. Moving on, we got Auburn versus Ole Miss, another absolute banger in the SEC if this were to happen. Give me the Auburn Tigers, though. They'll win this one 2-0 in that Super. Then we've got Georgia Tech versus Kansas. I actually think Kansas can hold their own. I think they're going to shock a lot of people. They're going to make a deep run in June. And ultimately, they are going to fall to Georgia Tech. But I do think that it's going to be a 1-1 type series. And Georgia Tech gets the win in the 3rd game. I expect Kansas's pitching to be on point. They have some really good offense as well. They can definitely hang in there with Georgia Tech, but I'm not taking them in a 3-game series, and which is why I'm going to go with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, especially at home in college baseball. Moving on, we got Alabama versus Coastal Carolina. Bama's going to win this one easily, 2-0 if you're asking me. Texas versus Oregon. This is going to be an absolute banger of a matchup in the Super Regionals. I actually am going to go with the Oregon Ducks, though, to get the job done 2-1. And then to round it out, Georgia versus Mississippi State. Of course, in that matchup there, Bulldogs versus Bulldogs, but Georgia's going to win it to round out the Supers, which brings us to the Omaha 8, where we have UCLA, Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Oregon, and Georgia, with my Men's College World Series Finals being UCLA versus Auburn, and UCLA is going to get the job done. Yes, I have the Tigers making it all the way this year. Come at me all you want, but I do think Butch Thompson has what it takes to lead this program to a national championship. Ultimately, the Bruins, they're just going to be too good to stop offensively, and that is why I'm going to go with them to get the national championship. But let me know, of course, what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Tomorrow, we'll have our Kansas State Wildcats video as well. Friday, we will play our Vanderbilt Road to Glory. Lots of content still coming, of course, so hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Also, shout out our Facebook page. Go follow us, the Sports Lovers, on Facebook if you haven't already. Sticking around towards the end of the video. Let me know who you have in the Men's College World Series Finals in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.